What's up, Mets fans? Welcome to a new episode of the Teens and Queens podcast. You may be asking yourself, hey, Bubba, why are you so energetic today? I mean, spring training's back, baseball's back. I'm feeling great. We got a few topics to go over today. Mets signed a few guys. Uh, One of their trusty guys went down with an injury. Like I said, spring training's back, baseball's back. Um, you know, a fan favorite for a while, definitely bigger fan favorite now, and big part of the Mets team. Got placed in the 60-day. We'll go over that later. And one of the Mets' classiest guys that they've had in the organization that played a huge part in them didn't make the team at all, but hung up the cleats. So start off, Mets signed a few guys. Signed Taijuan Walker, right-handed pitcher, and signed a Kevin Pillar, an outfielder. I like both these signings. Pillar gives us depth. Walker also gives us depth. As of now, Walker probably going to be slotted right into the rotation. See where it goes from there. Probably going to be battling for a rotation spot during spring training. But for now, it looks like he'll be in the opening day starting rotation. So I'm going to give this to somebody to talk about these.
So as Bubba said, what's not to be excited about being a Mets fan right now? We had a few good signings this week in Taijuan Walker and Kevin Pillar, and spring training's back. We get to see all of our favorite players, even our new favorite players, in a Mets uniform now. It's great to see all these guys we signed over the offseason in a Mets jersey finally, and especially one of those guys being someone who just officially signed recently, Taijuan Walker. So about Taijuan Walker, I'm very excited to see him pitch this year. As we all know, he had a very good 2020 year, but he has been injury prone these last few years. 2020, he was obviously healthy the full year. He pitched a full year, had a great year in Toronto and Seattle. But overall, he needs to stay on the field. He hasn't had a full healthy season since 2017, which is quite a while. So, but when he is on the field, he's a good pitcher. So, if we can get a healthy Taijuan Walker, I think we're really in for a treat here. And for as far as our rotation goes, this only helps us more, especially with Syndergaard being out for a couple of months or at least till June. This really helps our situation out right now. Lastly, we know we have a great pitching staff, but you can never have too much pitching depth, especially for a team that plans on making the playoffs. You need to have pitching. Jacob deGrom said in his press conference, you don't stick with the same 5 rotation all year. It's just not how it works. Pitchers get injured. Pitchers they go on cold streaks. Not everything goes to plan. You wish it was the way. You just had your good 5, and that's how it was. But it's just not how it works. So in order to be a good team, you have good depth, which is what the Mets have been doing all offseason, and especially with this Taijuan Walker signing. We've only got better.
Yeah, as Tim said, Taijuan Walker's dealt with like a lot of injuries in his career, so that's a big risk that we're taking on him, especially on a multi-year deal for a $20+ million contract. He's been okay. He's not going to be a great frontline starter for us, but we don't need him to be that. We need him to be a back end of the rotation guy because we already have our top guys that we're going to have this year, like DeGrom's obviously the best pitcher in baseball, Carrasco, who's a top pitcher as well, Syndergaard when he comes back is a top pitcher, and Stroman, we're hoping to get a big year out of him as well. So we'll see what happens with that, but I really like this signing. We could have got someone like a James Paxton instead, but he chose otherwise to go to the Seattle Mariners. I probably would have preferred him, but I'll take Taijuan Walker and see what he can produce for us this season.
All right, so for the next topic, like we were saying, sadly, Seth Lugo went down with an injury that'll keep him out for, I think, close to May, beginning of May. Not exactly sure. These guys will probably know the details and let you guys know about him. But bad break for the Mets as even before reporting to camp, Seth Lugo did go down with an injury. One of the Mets' trustier relievers these past few seasons. Tough break. Wouldn't be surprised if Mets went out there and signed some more depth for leave. Have improved the pen this offseason, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try to improve it even more. So hand this to one of these guys to
Okay. So as we all know, Seth Lugo went down with a little bit of an injury. He had some extra stuff in his arm. A little bit of an odd injury, but to say the least. But he's out for a month. We're glad we got now before spring training, and until we find out about in spring training. So what I'm trying to say here is I'm glad we found out about early before it could have carried into the season and would have been out for most of the season. So it, it's definitely a tough loss as Seth Lugo is one of our best pitchers in our bullpen. He's been probably our most reliable pitcher these past few years, ever since 2018 when we made the executive decision to move him to the bullpen. But we gotta do what we gotta do. We have a great bullpen right now, regardless of Seth Lugo being out. I still think there's a few more moves that could be made with Seth Lugo out, adding to our bullpen. I definitely like the additions we made though with Aaron Loop and Trevor May. That only expands our options out of our bullpen this year. Obviously, we have Del Betances, who I expect to have a great comeback year as he has a full year of health now under his belt, and obviously Edwin Diaz, who also had a great 2020 year too. So definitely a tough loss for Seth Lugo out. But as a Mets fan, I'm not worried. We got a good bullpen, and maybe a guy like Joey Lucchesi, or maybe we go out and get a guy to fill that spot. And I think any of these options are more than capable of filling a month of Seth Lugo. Obviously, I don't think I'll expect them to do as well as Seth Lugo has in these past few years, but I think they're more than capable of holding it down, as it won't lose us too many games, if any.
Yeah, as Tim said, it's a pretty tough loss for us, but at least it's not like a major injury. Where we're gonna miss him for 3+ maybe the season. It's only gonna be about a month and a half. So that's okay. As we have a pretty good bullpen as it is right now. Obviously, Seth adds a lot to that. He's one of our best relievers, along with Edwin Diaz, Trevor May, and all those guys. So it's going to be a tough loss to deal with at the beginning of the year, but hopefully the guys we currently have can hold down the fort until he returns. And hopefully when he does return, he could get back to that 2019 success that he has. As last year he struggled a bit, but that was due to him also being a starter for some of the season last year, as we were kind of depleted in that part of the team. So we had no other choice but to put him back in that rotation, unfortunately. But hopefully we can get Seth Lugo right at some point in May or so, and we'll see how he does. But hope he recovers well.
Yeah, like these guys are saying, like I was saying before, tough loss for the Mets. Hopefully they can, or if they got in spring training, has a great spring training, has a great camp, shows out. Luis Rojas and the coaching staff wants to implement him in the role that Lugo would be in. Lugo was in different situations, long relief, late relief, mid relief. He was a closer for a little bit for the Mets, I'm pretty sure. So it's tough break, like they said. Maybe they go out and sign a guy, or like I said, maybe they have a guy in house already. But I'm pretty sure Lugo did say that he was glad when he went in there in the MRI, he thought it'd be maybe a career-ending injury. I'm pretty sure we're all really glad that it's not. Health is the most important thing for an athlete. So, really glad it's not, like Mike said, not a huge injury, but it's still an injury that stinks, and hoping for a speedy recovery for Seth. So, for the next topic, they were saying spring training 2021 has started up. They've obviously, with COVID now, guys have to, get tested in the parking lot, I'm pretty sure, of, the facility of the stadium. And then they have to wait a few days before they're allowed to come and practice with the team. But from the pictures that we're all seeing from the videos, it looks like they're all smiles down there in Port St. Lucie. Obviously, we all wish we were there right now. A few of us had been there. Definitely recommend it to guys out there who haven't been yet. Really good experience. So spring training's back, baseball's back. Pitchers and catchers reported the other day. This upcoming Monday, the 22nd, I'm pretty sure position players report. And the first games, I think, is March 1st. And then a month later, April 1st, opening day. So very excited for baseball to be back. Very excited for spring training to be back. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm also very excited for all the activities that are going on in Port St. Lucie right now. It's great seeing all these new faces coming along with Jacob deGrom. Obviously, we have new pitchers like Carlos Carrasco and Aaron Loup, and all these new guys that we made all these offseason acquisitions, pitching with all of our guys. So it's great to see all these new guys in Mets uniforms, all these guys that are going to be key parts of our teams, and all of them speaking highly about our team and how we're running everything. Trevor Bay said there's not too much going on right now. They're just throwing. A few of them are starting to throw their bullpens soon, but there's just been throwing nothing too much going on. But spring training games start soon, so March 1st is the day, I think. So as Bubba said, I'm just excited to see this team all in the same field at once, and as Bubba said, all smiles down there. Nothing but happiness comes out of a great group of guys down there, and hopefully we can win some ball clubs with these guys.
All right, so for the next topic, one of the Mets, class action, never made the team. A lot of people, kind of overlooked this because the fact that he didn't make the team, wasn't the best baseball player, but he definitely gave it a go. Tim Tebow announced his retirement. He was with, Double A and Triple A. Really wasn't successful there, but everybody that kind of played with Tim always said he brought a great presence to the field. He did a lot for charity, a lot for people in need, and that really kind of brought like a nice little smile to the Mets fan base. I think I looked at Tim Tebow more of the guy that he was than the guy like what he was producing on the field, just because of the fact that wasn't really expecting that much out of him. Hopefully you would get something out of him, but the most that we got out of him, and I think the best thing that we got out of him that we could have got was the type of presence that he brought to everybody that he basically touched. So I'll let these guys talk about it if they would like to.
Yeah, I definitely think Tim Tebow was a great guy in the clubhouse for definitely the younger guys that are progressing through the minor leagues. He's in Double A, Triple A. Some of these guys have never experienced like what spotlight feels like and what the big spot feels like. So Tim Tebow's definitely been there with football in his career. At the highest stage, he could play in football, college football. He's been there all. Like he hasn't made there in baseball, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's a game, and he's played at the top level, one of the greatest games in the game, at football, and he was trying to make it to the major leagues too. But at the same time, he was also a great mentor for the younger guys, which all you can ask for. Sad he didn't make it to the major leagues, but let's be honest, he wasn't going to make it there. We have a great group of guys, and as we're trying to win a World Series, we can't take a chance with Tim Tebow in the major league.
Yeah, what Tim tried to do is pretty impressive, going from football to baseball, completely different sport. Obviously, played it when he was younger, and considered being drafted when he was younger, but he chose to play football, played football for a few years, and then chose to switch it up to baseball. And back when we signed him like 4 years ago, we didn't really know what to expect. Guy just randomly decided to play baseball out of nowhere after being a professional quarterback in the NFL. So it's pretty crazy that he made it as far as he did. Some people didn't think he'd make it past maybe even a year, and he made it as far as like to Triple A. Many saw it as more of a publicity stunt, but at least he tried to do something that he really wanted to do in his life, and he gave it his all. But yeah, it sucks that he didn't make it, but wish him the best of luck in whatever he chooses to do next in his life.
Like these guys are saying, like I said before, he was a great mentor for all the guys. You played with Pete Alonso, played with all these different guys at the different levels of the minor leagues. I've never seen some people get more hype for a home run than the different Tim Tebow's. Outside of that, probably Bartolo Colon's in San Diego. So, those two guys in the long ball, I think, excites a lot of people. Gets all over the news. So, like they said, wishing the best to Tim for what he chooses to do next. He's already very successful. Great guy. He does a lot for charity, like we said already, and people in need. So, move on to the next topic. Noah Syndergaard. That's all we got to say for the kind of topic. First of all, he was placed on a 60-day IL to make room for the Taijuan Walker signing. That was kind of expected, I guess, because the fact that he wasn't expected to be back to like late May, June already. So about that. And then rocking my Syndergaard jersey right now. He got on a little Twitter beef, you could say, with Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer. We gave our opinions on Trevor Bauer a few episodes ago on the type of guy what we really thought about that situation. And they went back and forth. It was pretty interesting to watch. Noah is always very funny on Twitter, funny to follow on Twitter. So I'll let these guys talk about the little.
Yeah, definitely Syndergaard. It was definitely an interesting thing to watch on Twitter with Bauer and Syndergaard. Arguably the two most active guys on social media in terms of interacting in a satire manner. So I definitely think it was definitely fun to watch. I think Syndergaard got the better end of it with the better punchlines and more funnier tweets, which is what Twitter's all about. No one's trying to take it too seriously. I think Trevor Bauer took it a little to heart, but what can you do about it? Syndergaard's just having fun. He can't pitch right now. He's doing his best with his rehab, which he's on schedule with. But it's definitely fun to watch him stay with the Mets on social media and going at guys that we do not have the best history with in Trevor Bauer. So that's always fun to see too. So it's good to see him going after and attacking guys our fan base is not a fan of.
Yeah, Noah absolutely bodied this guy. This guy, Trevor Bauer, he is soft as tissue paper. Okay? This guy, he takes everything personally when it's at him, but when he goes at other people, it's just okay for some reason. Noah Syndergaard came and made a joke on Twitter yesterday, and then this guy gets pissed off for absolutely no reason and takes it extremely seriously because he's soft. And then Noah retaliates with some tweets. This guy starts sending out tweets that make no sense. He starts digging up comments that Noah replied to of haters in his comments. So this guy, I don't know, he wants some beef with us or something. He's gonna get absolutely obliterated once his face is shown at Citi Field. If he wants to see a preview of that, he could go watch what Noah Syndergaard threw at Chase Utley's head back a couple of years. Maybe we should get his ass out of the jackpot. But yeah, this guy's gonna get booed really bad when he shows his face at Citi Field. So he better be ready for it after all he's done.
All right. So first of all, thanks Tim for mentioning how Noah's starting to throw again. I think we all posted videos on our social medias that he was throwing it like bullpens a few months ago. They said he's looking good, so that's a great sign. Also, thanks Mike for your little thing that we had going over there. The thing is, like Mike was saying, Trevor Bauer goes after other people and wants that are hating on him. But once, Noah makes a little joke, he like goes all crazy on him, like digging up, like Mike said, Instagram comments of Noah just like trying to be funny. No one, like everybody thinks that's funny except for him. And like the thing is, it wasn't even targeted at him. That's the funny thing. The comments in the Instagram comments wasn't even targeted at Bauer. The only thing that he said was, I think he posted on Twitter how him and Gazelman were just laughing in a picture, and it was like when he doesn't choose your team but says I'll donate to your charities, and then it's just like them laughing. And then like Bauer just goes off on him, and he's like, "Oh, treat the fans better." I mean, I don't think many Mets fans really, dislike Syndergaard that much. So I just think it's funny that that little thing going back and forth. Bauer said they had a date going, so I don't know what that's about, but I was it's just crazy, man. Because in the previous years, we never really see this stuff on social media. We don't really see Mets going after other players or other teams or anything like that. So very interesting to see that. Obviously, both social media gurus, both guys are always on there cracking jokes. Obviously, Syndergaard's much better on social media than Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer lives on social media and can't beat Noah Syndergaard in punchlines. So that's something that's fun. Yeah, let's go Mets. Mets on top
Yes.
1-0 right now.
So yeah, exactly. Along with we're building up the rivalry. The Dodgers and Mets are two of the arguably best teams in the National League right now, and you have two of their top, not best pitchers, but two of their top pitchers going after each other. This is only going to make the season more exciting and more entertaining to watch. I believe the Mets face the Dodgers in mid August, so hopefully we can get a Syndergaard Bauer matchup. That'd be awesome to watch, and hopefully no one gets hurt there. But it's gonna be we're gonna have to remember Syndergaard's gonna have this stuff in the back of his mind. So it's gonna be a fun game to watch, regardless who pitches, and it's gonna be a fun season to watch in general.
Yeah, if he has a problem, he can meet him 60 feet 6 inches away, and then he'll get his
Exactly.
There we go. I mean, like we said, it's crazy. If we do get a Syndergaard Bauer matchup, that'll be crazy. Hopefully, we have more fans by that time in stands, because by then Syndergaard is going to be getting cheers every time he throws a strike. So, it's should be interesting to see. We'll see if this little thing continues. I think it's done for now because they both gave their sides, but I feel like if there's anybody else that wants to say when they're a few more sentences, could be Bauer, and Syndergaard's just going to shut it down right away. So, I think that's it. I'll hand it over to Tim for the little final words.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we had a great episode today. We covered everything you need to know about the Mets this week. We're gonna start going for more like a week review and stuff. So we'll give you our input on every week when the Mets go with the Mets. As games start, we'll start to cover all the games in our analysis of each games and decisions that the Mets make, along with the news that comes along. But as of for today, spring training is just about to begin, and Monday all the players report. So we're gonna have the full squad there, ready for action, and we get to see a few guys in the Mets uniform for first time, such as Francisco Lindor. We're gonna be excited to see him with all of our pitchers and all that. It's gonna be a great team to see. But on that note, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like and a comment. We really appreciate if you do that. And subscribe too. Let's try and get to 50 subscribers by opening day. That'd be awesome for us. But we're just gonna do our best to put out content and hope you guys enjoy. So on that note, see you guys later. Let's go Mets.